Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. This week I'm using for the pick a card section my two animal totem decks. Well, actually one's an animal totem deck, which is a new one. You might have seen me post about that on Instagram or Facebook, my Facebook page. And then there's the messages from your animal spirit guides. So I just was drawn to that for today, and this is going to be for the 9th of December through to let me see, 15th, 9th to the 15th. Okay, so there's quite a few changes going on with the astrology this week, which I think are exciting and potentially quite positive. So I feel like it's a week of change this week because we have a full moon in Gemini, and then we have Mercury also moving into Sagittarius. Now, the full moon in Gemini and Mercury in Sagittarius have a strong emphasis on communication, on truth, on information coming out, on communications from others coming forward, or, you know, it could be you yourself communicating with others, but there's a strong focus on truth, insight, knowledge. And, you know, Mercury's moving out of Scorpio, where information can be hidden, into Sagittarius, where information sees the light of day, and not just information, but a deeper level of knowledge and insight. And Mercury moves into Sagittarius on the 10th, so that's tomorrow. And then between the 10th and the 11th, Mercury in Sag makes a trine with Chiron in Aries. So there is some kind of healing talks taking place, some kind of healing insights, perhaps, if it's not an actual communication with someone else. It can be taking a step forward in regards to doing something that relates to the more psychological aspects of life, and in terms of gaining knowledge and insight for yourself. But for some people, this will be a conversation or a communication that is quite healing, or could have a confronting aspect to it, but has also a healing aspect to it. Or you may be reaching out to someone that in a way that's confronting but also has a healing potential with it. Okay, so the full moon in Gemini, that's on the 12th, so in a few days, and that full moon in Gemini, it's actually the last full moon of 2019. Interesting. And it's going to be at 19 degrees of Gemini. So this is about making decisions based on your intuition and your feeling. Now, at the same time, we have this Saturn-Pluto conjunction going on in the background, which is very, very intense. And it's probably, a lot of people I know are feeling this, and it's a feeling of feeling weighed down by your responsibilities, by your work, by your career, by your job, by the practical side of life, the survival aspects of life, depending on, you know, what house the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is located for you. But this is, you know, with the Gemini full moon and then the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in the background, I would say this is about finding within yourself that sense of where you may be struggling between your intuition that's guiding you to something new, to make a decision perhaps around something, because Gemini is about making decisions and also duality. But Gemini is also, being a mutable sign, it's about change as well. And then you have that in contrast to the very heavy and very real Saturn-Pluto conjunction in the sign of Capricorn, which is all about, what do I need to do to survive? What do I need to take care of to survive? I need to make sure, you know, my structure of my life is okay, so I'm good, I'm not, you know, floundering, and I feel a sense of being in control. So this sometimes can be an energy that's a little bit at odds. Capricorn and Gemini energies, a quincunx aspect or an inconjunct, which is a difficult adjustment energy. It's not an easy flow of energy there. So, and you know, this feeling of that everyone's probably feeling in a different area of their life, or just as an overall sense, it feels very burdening with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It feels very heavy, and it could feel like things are going slow despite you wanting to have change, but despite feeling intuitively that you want to create something new for yourself that feels more authentic to you, that feels more real to you, and is aligned to your intuition, is aligned to your inner self. And, you know, it's about choosing the life that you want rather than the life that you feel you're meant to have, or that you feel other people want. So, you know, it's about finding that through this time. Now, interestingly, at the same time, we're going to have Jupiter in Capricorn, which has just recently moved into Capricorn, and as I mentioned last week, I made a whole video about that on my other channel, which is just Starlight Oracle. You can listen to that video if you missed it last week. and I talk about Jupiter in Capricorn for every sign and what that means for the solar astrology. Of course, you need to look at your chart as well, your natal chart, to see where Jupiter is transiting. But that's a side note. So Jupiter trine Uranus is happening this week. So this is about breaking a pattern, but also, you know, some kind of unexpected developments. Now, the thing is, we have two planets here making a trine aspect, which is positive, but those two planets are in fall. So what that indicates is there is something that you need to confront within yourself or within a situation in your life, and it could take work, it could take effort for you to achieve what you want, or for you to open up to something new. And there can be an element of taking a risk in some way with this, but it would be guided with your intuition, your deeper knowing, with the moon in Gemini also this week. So the Jupiter-Uranus is only happening there for a couple of days, really. So it's kind of a window of opportunity, I feel, but it is going to take courage, I feel, to face that, because of the fact that, as I said, they're in fall, which is not good placements for those two signs. But Jupiter and Uranus together can unlock something. They can unblock energy, and they can sort of smooth the way for some kind of exciting change. But as I said, Jupiter in Capricorn is in fall, and so is Uranus in Taurus, so it means confronting something or taking a risk, or even, you know, just being a bit more daring to open up to a new path. So it's not a comfortable energy, is basically what I'm saying. And that's more so towards the weekend, actually, that energy, so Saturday, Sunday. So it's basically this week there's a strong energy of intuition headed, you know, trying to head you towards your growth, versus fear where you feel safe. So that's sort of the dilemma and the duality and the dichotomy happening this week, which is not easy. But I think the full moon in Gemini will release a lot of communication for people, open up communication, and bring about perhaps some kind of healing resolution, or some kind of truth coming out, even for some people. There could be, as I said, because of Mercury moving from Scorpio to Sag, that's a big shift from information that has been secretive or hidden to seeing the light of day in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, with the Mercury there, the planet of communication in Sagittarius, you know, it's like, it's interesting because it's not the best placement for Mercury. Mercury is well placed in Gemini and Virgo and Aquarius, but in Sag it's a little bit too blunt, so it's a little bit too kind of bit too bold. So there could be some information that comes out because someone can't hold it in anymore, you know, or it's like it's just awkwardly comes out, and it's sort of, but it forces a situation to be clarified, or something come to the fore that needs to come to the fore. Okay, so that's the energy for this week. I think I mentioned the moon in Gemini is at 19 degrees. So if you know your astrology chart, you can look at where that full moon lands for you and what aspects, if you know your chart. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you just go to the link below this video, and the current turnaround time is minimum 7 to, I have to update it to around 16 days at the moment, just because I'm really busy with the Christmas rush, but I'll definitely get your reading back to you. It's just taking me a little bit longer because I'm just flat out with orders at the moment. Let's have a look. So if you chose, actually, you know what, I forgot to do this. So have a look at the cards there. So we have 1, 2, 3 or 4, and there's only 2 cards per each message, so you can choose more than one if you like. Some people like to choose 2, some people choose 1. It's up to you. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. Have a look there, see what you're drawn to, and you can just go by the number if you're not sure. So I'm going to read number 1. Interesting. So this is the 5 of Pentacles, so not the best card there. Difficult card. Panda, create sacred space for yourself in your home or place of work. Okay, interesting. There's several different messages I'm getting with this, so I'm just going to go through all the different things that I feel. Some people, you know, this card normally is about feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you're not getting what you want. It can be related to love or money, intimacy, that sort of thing. You could feel like you don't have enough money or have enough closeness in your relationships or in your life. You might be craving more romance, or, you know, see, it's very cold here, it's the winter, there's no sun, there's no flowers, it's just, and you know, these guys here are looking really depressed. I think they're foxes, actually. Yeah. So it's not the best energy, but the thing is, you know, this card is about, once again, looking to how you need to follow your intuition, but also look within. You may be reaching too much externally at this time, and you need to go within and really try to understand where you're at, how you got there, you know, what it means for you, and maybe just, I'm hearing the word acceptance, so there's a need to first and foremost be honest with yourself and accept a situation how it is. And that's interesting also with Mercury in Sag this week, because that is about being honest with yourself as well, not just, you know, honesty with others, but honesty with yourself, and being truthful with your own emotions, you know, admitting what you really feel to yourself. So that's important with this message. And the Panda card is saying you need some time out to just process, to make a sacred space for yourself, whether at home or, you know, going to a meditation retreat, or you know, spending time in nature. I'm getting with this card is going to be really healing for you, to rejuvenate your spirit. And I feel like, you know, if you can't do that with someone that is close to you, or, you know, whatever, you could do it on your own. That would be still healing for you. There is a need to rejuvenate your energy. I'm getting that very strongly. Some people may be feeling a bit under the weather with this Five of Pentacles. That can also be a health message about feeling a bit drained, a bit exhausted, and needing to do something nice for yourself where you just refresh your energy and your spirit. Okay, that's what I'm getting for that. So this is for 2. So you guys have the World. Oh, that's a good card. Condor, I like that one too. You're too enmeshed in this situation. Step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Interesting. All right, so for some people there's something about travel coming up towards the end of this year, or possibly, you know, soon. But that's, maybe you're organizing something or thinking about travel or thinking about relocating. But it's saying to you at the same time, you're too absorbed in this situation, so you need to get some objectivity. You need to really think. I'm getting, you know, interesting again. It just happens to relate with Mercury in Sagittarius, which is about looking at the big picture of your life. Do you want to commit to a situation and, you know, give it your all in a sense that may not be what you truly want long term? So it's like asking you to look at the long term, the big picture, you know, because there could be a decision around you this week or coming up soon where you're making a decision that is going to affect your life in years to come. So it's about really tuning in. Again, intuition is so important, especially the week of the full moon, to really listen to that. Especially, you know, with Gemini can get lost in the logical mind and forget that you have feelings, and you need to listen to those feelings, because that's what makes us human. That's a gift that we have as part of being human. Our feelings are not meant to be suppressed or denied. They're meant to be listened to, and sometimes, you know, you have to sort through them and see what it is that you're really feeling. But that's where intuition comes from, feeling. It doesn't come from the mind. It comes from being in touch with the body and the deeper feeling levels. So there's something here where you need to listen to your intuition in order to make a decision, and need to step back from a situation. It could be for some people a relationship or a work situation. I'm getting more so a relationship with this though. So it could be a marriage, a partnership, or, you know, someone you're dating or someone that you've been seeing. And need to step back from it. Or it could even be someone that you like that, you know, you feel you're not sure about where it's going. It's saying you're too absorbed in either wanting it too much to fulfill you, because it's the World as well here. It's maybe you're looking to this situation too much to fulfill your life, and maybe it's not capable of doing that. Maybe you have to get a bit more perspective and think about how you can fulfill your own self more, rather than just relying on that one person to be your world for you. I'm getting the word balance here, so there's something about that as well. You know, pay attention to signs to do with birds and animals as well, I'm getting for that. Just see if there's anything else. Just travel's coming through again, so someone might be, or someone or several someones might be thinking about traveling, going somewhere. It feels like it's overseas to me. It doesn't feel like it's short distance, it feels long distance. If it is short distance, it would be thinking about a move or making a move to a new location, like a new home that changes your world in some way, because the routine will be changed. And for some people the message is, if there is change around you, look at the big picture about this change, that there's actually something positive. I'm getting a separate message now for some people. It might be 1 or 2 people. There is a positive change in making a move or a change to do with your home. Okay, right. So there's 3. Strength card. The dog. It says your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Interesting. So with the dog card, there's a need to focus rather than be scattered, and there's also a need to sort of step away from looking for the approval of other people so much for your sense of self, that you need to work on your inner strength more. Okay, that's a very strong message coming through here. and these cards work very well together actually. So I just want to say I apologize for if you can hear the construction sounds going on outside. It's not too bad at the moment, but just in case you can hear it. The Strength card, you know, is saying, yes, you've had to be strong this year, and you need to continue to be in your strength and to not give up and just keep on putting one foot in front of the other. You know, the load you're carrying feels quite heavy here, so you might have a lot of psychological baggage that you still haven't healed yet that you may be aware of this week. Sorry about the sirens in the background now. I do feel like, you know, there's something about Capricorn or Taurus or earth signs coming in, so you might have those, you might be one of those signs, one of those earth signs, or you could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or you could have those signs predominant in your chart, like your moon or rising sign. I just feel you feel very burdened, and I feel like, you know, you need to look at how loyal are you being to yourself at this time, rather than being distracted by other people too much and following your inner instinct for what's right for yourself, rather than listening to naysayers, listening to other people that may not really, or sort of trying to follow other people in some way. Think about how a puppy dog follows, you know, its owner around constantly. That's the energy I'm getting, like wasted energy following something that may not be good for you at this time, and there is a need to sort of pull back your energy and conserve your energy, because you need a lot of strength at this time, because you've got a lot going on and you've been through a bit of a rough time, I want to say. So there's a need for you to be a bit more peaceful within yourself, a bit more calm within yourself, and just a bit of self-nurturing and patience as well, I'm getting. Okay. And this will be for 4. Those that chose number 4, you have the King of Wands. Interesting. Tortoise, you're too fragmented, do whatever it takes to get grounded. Interesting. Okay, cool. So the King of Wands, there's a very fiery energy. You could be dealing with a male fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or, you know, you could be fiery, you could have those signs strong in yourself, or you could be feeling a lot of passionate energy, a lot of creative energy, or a lot of inner surges of energy that you just at times don't know what to do with. Perhaps you feel you don't have the right focus at this time, or you're not freed up to express this energy, because we have Tortoise. It's saying you need to go more slowly and you need to pace yourself. This energy is kind of opposite to this energy, so it's like trying to slow down a little bit and just be a bit more methodical in your approach at this time, a bit more step by step. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to get something done right away this week. Just take things a step at a time is what I'm getting. For some people, there definitely is a need to get grounded. Again, I'm getting get grounded out in nature. And the turtle here, I'm getting the water connection with turtle. So you might want to get to the beach if it's summertime where you are, or go, you know, even if it's not summer, go by somewhere where there's water, or listen to water sounds if you can't, you know, if you live somewhere where it's really, really cold, listening to like rainfall sounds or soothing sounds that get you back somehow in touch with your physical body, because there's sort of a rush of energy here, and it can be a bit of a frustration, like you have this energy and you just don't know what to do with it right at this moment. But this also can be, another message I'm getting is about creativity. So some people may be embarking on something new to do with a creative path, or experimenting. I almost feel like this wand looks like a paintbrush, so someone out there might be doing creative things like painting, art, you know, anything to do with the arts at all. And it's saying be patient with this process, because you're kind of just at the beginning phase in a way, and you need to be patient because it's sort of unfolding quite slowly, but you will get there. So if you're embarking on anything at all that's creative, don't try and rush and sort of get, you know, for example, I'm getting a very practical message here, like don't feel you have to rush out and get all your supplies today, you know, just get a few things today and then next week, and sort of pace yourself with it. Like don't burn yourself out with this energy is what I'm feeling. And just a general message is like just going steady and, you know, easy does it kind of thing, not to force situations with anything that you're doing, whether it's creative or something completely different. Okay, so those are the messages, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and talk to you soon. Bye.